the whole I've been doing it. So have you really
inside and I have learned some. I've been doing a Rosetta Stone lesson a day, so hopefully Cartagena will be open by my trip on May 9th. Because right now they're closed to foreign visitors for a month. But I'm doing that. I fixed my toilet via YouTube University.
All right.
I washed, dried, and folded clothes all in the same day because I've been home.
But the real question is, no,
don't be asking me questions.
Are you alone?
Thank you, Lydia. You hit it.
Listen, I can tell from that background exactly where she is. And you see this very strategic is a tight cut on that face. You don't see nothing else. Y'all don't see me at all.
You notice she hasn't said anything yet.
She's just smiling. Lydia about to kill her oldest daughter. Oh, yes. You saw that, huh?
Yeah, so yes, that has been my challenge. Thank you, Dana. My children, Lord, they have been challenging me. So you have one that's compliant and the other one that's not.
Compliant in what way?
Like you can say, all right, these are your lessons. I have them plan out their schedule, so we have all the assignments. But I'm like, all right, I'll let you all plan out your schedule to give them some power, give them a little control over what's happening. And you'll have one that's like, all right, and she wants to sit down and plan out her schedule. The other one kind of is like, doesn't want to comply with certain things with the schedule, and has
She gonna go back to 6th grade if she don't comply. Ask her how much she likes 6th grade.
Wait, that's the threat. You tell her that she gonna graduate with Layla.
And so like she's doing her work, but it's like she kind of wants to do it how she wants to do it. Like that's February. February 9th grader.
So it's true what they say. You really figure out, you learn about your kids when now that they're at home with you.
Yes. She wants to. Now she'll be compliant with her teachers because she's fake. See, I have fake kids. They present this person that they don't act like that at home. Fake. So she just gets upset with the PE. She feels like the PE teacher is doing too much, giving her all this work to do, where her core teachers have given her work that's doable and she got it, but the PE teacher, she's like, oh, she's doing too much. This is PE. So that's been a problem.
Well, the PE teacher wants them to work out?
So they have to do 30 minutes. So Tuesday, Thursday, they have to do 30 minutes. So that's fine. I take them to the park. They do volleyball. But then she wants them to like watch PowerPoints and write out their goals, short-term, long-term goals. Then she wants them to do like this Google Doc where they have to do a minute. How many sit-ups can you do in a minute? How many push-ups can you do in a minute? How many this? How many that? How many that?
She is doing too much.
And then it had like 2 paragraphs about some story about helping Jimmy, how you would help Jimmy. You got to read about Jimmy, and then
your oldest daughter is right. She is.
Yeah, that's too much. And PE is an elective. Like that's one credit.
Listen, you literally sound like her right now. She's like,
But what's the PE teacher gonna do if she don't do this work?
Oh, well, that's the other side of this whole makeshift homeschool situation. There's really, what can you do? You can't guarantee that all the kids have access to a computer and internet. So what is the repercussions if you don't get your work done?
I mean, that's a good question. That's a really specific question when it comes to your number one child. I mean, maybe she knows that there aren't going to be any real repercussions from the PE.
Listen, so even then, she has to practice. She has to record herself practicing. Has to record herself cleaning out her instrument. So she's done that, but she feels like the PE is over the top. Too much. Too much.
I may have to agree with her.
Can she take PE pass fail?
That's a good question. I don't know. She asked me if she could postpone her PE because they rotate every 9 weeks in middle school. So she wants to know if she could postpone it. I'm like, get it over with now. You're not in school. I'm your PE coach.
Well, since we're at brunch, I took PE pass fail in high school because I just didn't feel like doing like the work, and I almost failed it, and it almost made me not have a 4.0. And I had to go talk to the teacher and be like, I got a 4.0 in every other class, and the 2 classes I'm taking pass fail. You need to work this out. So tell her to talk to her teacher to work it out.
If she ever sees her teacher again.
What?
I said if she ever see her teacher again, y'all might not go back to school till the school year ends.
Oh, that's right. She's not going back to school.
So what do y'all think about that? Do you think we'll be going back before May, 22nd?
No.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Will we be out the house?
If you do, it's going to be like the end of May.
Like, will we be off these restrictions by May 22nd?
I don't know. How could you be? How could you be like in 2 weeks? This is going to be contained if it spreads so easily and so quickly.
We don't even have tests. Nobody could even reliably say that. I mean, we could all be, carrying it right now, asymptomatic. So, like, how can they tell us when it's over?
That's the problem now. He can't tell us anything. Yes, he.
I don't want to talk about he. He's evil.
That's why I said he.
Governor Cuomo is telling me a lot of stuff, though.
Who?
Governor Cuomo.
Well, Governor Cuomo's great, but he's not ours.
He's mine.
Okay.
Yeah, when you visit New York.
Okay.
I listen to him for information. He gives good information.
When he got face mask, when New York has face masks and Georgia don't, because we're going to be 50th in the nation, or 49th or 48th, you go ahead and you send him a nice love note. Tell him to come down here and talk to Sonny Perdue.
He should got us covered. He should got us covered. Oh, that's right. But I'm in South Fulton, so
Oh yeah, Fulton got it pretty bad. But I talked to some of my friends in New York and they said it is unreal. They're like, in their building, they feel normal. But as soon as they walk outside their building, they feel like you could tell there's something going on. Everything is like closed. There's no one on the street. They said it's a really eerie feeling anytime they leave their little circle outside of their building.
Wow.
My cousin Jackie says she was on New Jersey Transit going from Trenton to Philadelphia, and she coughed, and it wasn't a reckless cough, and she said she got physically threatened. She said a woman down the road from her was like, if this bitch coughs again, I'm going to beat her ass.
I was like, talking about that the other day. I mean, like, I have sinus issues, and so, I don't really cough much, but I have gone through one of those spouts, and I'm sneezing a lot. So every time I sneeze, I look around and I just tell everybody, it's my sinuses. Chill out, relax before you get all excited. I mean, but it is that season, so it's going to be hard to tell the difference.
But you also cover your mouth, like, people still cover their mouth too.
Well, clearly there's a lot of people that weren't as clean as they thought they were, because now they're buying all this, bleach and hand sanitizer and everything, and I'm trying to figure out why you weren't washing your hands.
Or wiping your butt.
Now you need toilet paper. Shout out to my cousin Eddie. I had not done my monthly shopping, and I had gone out of town and came back and went to the store. Everything was gone, and my little cousin hooked me up. He bought me a case of toilet paper. Appreciate you, cuzzo.
Shout out to that toilet paper fell off the back of somebody's truck, okay? That Amazon truck that was supposed to go to the warehouse got diverted somehow.
Clearly, because my order that's supposed to be coming this week has been delayed now to April 1st.
April?
Oh yeah, paper towels, toilet paper. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm glad I had already had I always stock up anyway, but, what if I didn't? And then I went to the store just to go ahead and grab at least a couple rolls, whatever I could get. There was nothing, like totally empty. So then I was like, well, I guess the backup plan would be the paper towels. So I got a nice little case of paper towels.
I paid $9 and some change for 6 rolls of toilet paper at Publix.
Oh yes, I saw a 4-pack of tissue for $9.99 at Publix. The green wise, I guess, organic.
And I'm like, what about the people who like that? Do I get food or the $10 toilet paper? Like, that's not fair. I had it, but I was mad and huffing and puffing. And when I got to the line, and she said, "Did you find everything okay?" And I was like, "You need this $10 toilet paper?" Right.
That is true. And that is exactly why I pack these two in the car, and they go get lunch every day. Do you know they have the lunches? They're packing lunches because I'm like, I have what I have in my house, but we eat kind of fresh, so I can't like stockpile food because it's all fresh. And so we're not gonna run out what we have here. You will be eating school lunch just like you do the other running, except it's free now instead of me paying for it. And we pack up at 11 o'clock in that car, and we are at North Fayette Elementary School, 11 to 1, if you need to know. And they get their lunch.
Yeah, how are you going to handle turning your babies over to their daddy? You know, and you guys are co-parenting, but you don't know if he got it either. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you really want to give them to him?
Oh, honey, on Thursday?
Well, whenever you have to.
Okay, so Thursday at 6, they go, and we'll be sitting in his yard at 5:59. And whatever, listen, they are our family. They'll get it too. I don't know. That's a good question because he does work in the healthcare industry. So even though he's in sales, I didn't think about it. He goes in and out of hospitals all the time. So that is definitely something we need to talk about because I know we've been together, we've been contained inside or at a park. But that's a good question, Dana. I may have to reach out and see. But I wonder how people are looking at the co-parenting thing right now and transporting because you don't know like what's been going on at the other person's house or where they've been the whole time. Even though you know where your kids have been, you don't know if you're turning them over where the other parent has been out or who's been over there.
Exactly. It's something to think about. I'm a single person. I don't have to think about those heavy-weighty issues.
Well, listen, I don't know. It depends on how Mia behaves. She may have to get a little exposure if she keep on her well, me to take them to Florida. They're like, why can't we? If we gotta be homeschooled, can't we be homeschooled in Florida with Granny? So they want to go to her house. I'm like, you won't be able to do anything, so you're gonna go kick it at the beach.
I mean, I guess they have choices,
right?
Because these kids do have choices. They've been raised with choices.
This ain't old school Janaea. You had to eat your
it kind of has to be old school now that everybody's stuck in the house. I mean, being a minimum of 6 feet away from somebody, you have to work at doing that, right? Like that's not something to take lightly. So I don't know if Granny's house should even be on the list. Like, why would you do that? Like, she's at the age where she's at risk.
Exactly. Because they could be walking around carrying it, and she's she's older. She has to be careful. But yeah.
No, I was just saying hey to Roy.
Oh.
He gonna get me.
Oh, now you know Roy and Dina.
Oh yeah. Now I gotta pay.
Dina is always networking.
I didn't. Roy did it.
Of course.
I know.
I did. Thank you, Roy.
Oh my God.
I know.
And doing the shimmy. See, there's nothing inappropriate about the shimmy. Janae was talking to one of her friends, and I said, "Tell them hi," and I shimmied, and she's like, "Oh my God, that is inappropriate."
Why?
I don't know.
First of all, why is Janae talking about what's inappropriate? We are not in a sorority meeting, so anything outside of that, if it involves a shimmy, should be okay.
We have not defined what is appropriate, inappropriate anymore now. We have a whole new way of life.
I didn't know what she was going to do. She said, turn the phone around. I said, Okay.
But you gotta be like, you gotta go in with it. In with it.
Did you think she was gonna show her titties or something?
I had no idea what she was gonna do.
I mean, that's something I would do. That's not something Lydia would do.
I'm telling you, I forewarned you. What were you thinking, Janae?
I just don't know. So I just turned the phone around and followed directions. It was like, oh, okay. Yeah. And then I said goodbye.
She did not let him see my shimmy. She said she's doing something inappropriate. Bye.
Okay, so let me ask this. Oh, I'm sorry, Lydia. Do you have more questions? Let's go.
No.
So, since I'm stuck in the house, I'm single. How am I supposed to meet people? Help me.
Maybe you're not supposed to. Maybe you're just supposed to masturbate a lot.
I didn't say anything about sex. I just said.
Really, babe? I'm tagging myself in this post, Lydia.
All right. I think maybe
Harvey Weinstein has coronavirus.
What?
Harvey Weinstein. I just got a Twitter feed.
So does Paul Rand.
I know, and he didn't even want to support funding for it.
Yes, well, I'm trying not to wish them all to the bowels of hell, basically. So
That little laugh face, that's cute.
Who did that?
I did.
I gotta figure out.
You can do that to yourself?
I don't know. I gotta figure out how to do it.
I turned the picture around.
Oh, we almost saw who was at Janae's house.
So you using your phone, Janae?
I see something behind your head, Janae.
That's my keyboard.
Okay.
Oh no, that's my lamp.
Okay.
That's Dina's question, which is very valid.
Yes.
So, number one, we just got out of cuffing season. So you should have cuffed someone in the winter and already had someone. Now, you don't know
you are being chastised, Dina.
Right. So if you don't know what cuffing season is, that is when it starts getting cold, you get your boo, someone that you may not even have talked to before, but they're available and they're cute. And the purpose is so you can have someone during your hibernation period in the winter time. So if this is coming at a pretty okay time because we just went into spring. What, Friday? Thursday? Yeah. Friday?
Right, and it's getting warm.
Yes. So we would have usually been going out and having some rooftop stuff going on and meeting people and going to different events. But you may have to go to an app like Coffee with Bagel or what's another app?
You can't go to Bagel because you can't go outside.
Well, you could go to him on your phone.
Oh.
I mean, and get a deeper relationship so you'll be able to talk to him more and not see him yet until this is over. That's not fun.
Who said we're not seeing anybody? I mean, but I'm just saying in terms of
So what, you want to meet somebody now while we're all isolated?
But while we're all isolated, this is the time when you can actually have real conversation with someone. Not just the same person, but I'm saying like you could be meeting other people and then actually having at least real conversation versus all that texting and all of that. We can actually get online, we can Zoom conference, whatever, FaceTime and everything else. And I mean, we got at least 14 to 21 days.
Well, a lot of these apps should really be thinking that way now anyway, right? Like, at this point, all of those ones should really be like, oh, well, Dina, like, you're in the Spellman Morehouse, like, world. That would be, the whole alumni group should really be thinking about, okay, well, how can we keep everybody connected while everyone is solitary? That might be a good way.
I mean, but we're all connected on Facebook. We're all connected on Facebook, so there's like 5 million groups on Facebook. I don't know. I mean, literally, I'm a member of like 1 million groups. So, I mean, are you saying connect with some people within those groups?
Maybe you should host your own virtual Spell House happy hour.
Well, it doesn't have to be Spell House. I'm just saying in general.
I'm just saying that that's a built-in audience, right? Whereas otherwise, like I'm talking about tapping into groups that you already know, right, or might already be a part of.
Yeah.
But outside of that,
I know all my classmates, but yeah.
She wants to meet new people, is what she's saying. She wants to.
That could mean, so if you do that means you invite somebody else, right? Like, you could do a spell house thing and everybody invite a friend. I'm just saying, if you're going to start with something, you're trying to meet new people, if you're going to start with new people, then that means you're just sending out your feelers into the universe with no real connection to whoever you might land on. It's like a roulette wheel. If you start with you're already part of, then you can expand it.
So, well, that's another topic. We're going to have to try that one on another one.
Lydia, you got your whole FAMU universe. If you started with the 15 people you know from FAMU and you had a virtual happy hour and said, everybody who's invited, you invite a friend.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's the way to start.
We should do that.
That's not much. But see, FAMU people, we get too turned. I don't know if y'all are, I don't know.
Did you know me? Do you know me, Lydia? It's like you don't know us.
Some people actually went there.
So that's a great idea. You know, I have this group of friends that I meet, or I don't get to see them that often, but we meet for happy hours on Fridays, and we did a what is it called, on iPhone, FaceTime? FaceTime happy hour. And so that was really, really fun. So they called, but I was grocery shopping and doing other things, trying to get back in the house. And so I got chastised for bringing my kids to happy hour because my children were in the back seat of the car. And so I couldn't stay on long because it got a little ratchet. So, but it was fun. So just finding other ways to kind of reach out to people. And there were people on there that I didn't know, because I guess the days I'm able to come to happy hour, they're not there, and vice versa. So there were like 3 or 4 people I met on this little happy hour group.
It's crazy. Good pesos gonna open.
I know, right?
Pesos.
Was it closed before all of this, or no?
No, not before this. But you just said happy hour, and that's the best ghetto happy hour ever.
And what's our other one we like?
It's straight virtual now. So what you mean? We're not there yet.
Dudley should do a virtual happy hour.
Oh, they should.
They should do a virtual $2 Tuesday.
$2 Tuesday. You could, now, Dina, you would get a come up if they did a virtual.
Too bad there's no more Hairstons.
Oh my God, I miss Hairstons. Oh my God.
You could have come out of there with a sugar daddy, a young one just to play with, and a professional one to network with.
Good old days.
I know.
So I think it's going to be, like, how's life going to be after this? Am I echoing?
Okay, you are echoing.
Right, so we're going to take a break so I can get my echo under control.
Are you near the Wi-Fi?
Yes, I am. All right, we'll be back in a minute.
Is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food? Like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
So we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant. Authentic Caribbean cuisines.
All right, welcome back, everyone. So, Dina is talking about getting out, and she can't wait. If you don't know Miss JJ, Janaea is a world traveler. Like, she believes she has to leave the country, like, at least once a month, maybe? Yes.
The country. I don't need to leave Atlanta once a month.
She has to do something.
Yeah, how are you gonna handle that? Like, how are you adjusting? Because I know you already had a trip coming up, right?
You already can tell she's losing her mind.
I've had several trips canceled. Like, I was supposed to be in Puerto Rico for MLK Day, but they had the earthquake, so my spirit didn't feel right being a tourist when the country was devastated, so I canceled that trip. I was supposed to be in Canada a few weeks ago. Cancel that trip. I'm supposed to be in Puerto Rico on the 10th for the makeup trip. I don't think I'm going to Puerto Rico on the 10th because it's not safe.
It's not safe, Janaea. And you can see she got a little bit of crazy eyes right now. Yes.
And I am practicing my Spanish and brushing on my Spanish for Cartagena because South America is supposed to be my 6th continent for my birthday next month or in May, and I don't know if Cartagena gonna be open. They sent me an email that said we closed. We'll let you know when we inviting guests again.
But I thought we weren't letting anybody in and out of the country right now.
They weren't, but whenever I travel abroad, as soon as I book my flight, I register with the Secretary of State. So if something go down, they know I'm there.
Only Janaea, I want you to make a plan B for your birthday, okay? Because Cartagena is not going to be open on May 9th.
I know, but I'm still not canceling yet. Oh, and I was supposed to be in China too.
When?
I knew in March, but I canceled that like as soon as it broke out. I was like, China ain't gonna happen, and I was fine with that or whatever. So yeah, I've canceled more trips in 2020 than I've taken.
How many vacation days do you have, girl?
I got a lot. Like, my job is real good with vacation. We get 2 vacation days per month, 1 sick day per month, and then we get a whole bunch of we get 1 floating holiday of our choice, my birthday off, Good Friday, and then all the random help. So we get like about 30 days off a year.
Oh my God. Well, we work for the government.
Oh, you know where I work, but I'm not gonna say it on here.
Oh no, she can't say it on here. I wish I worked there, but
I actually don't know where you work, but that's okay. I'll find out later.
I'm not.
I did not work for the government. That was a sincere question.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Listen, we had to cancel. We were supposed to go to Turks and Caicos and Dominican Republic for spring break. We canceled that. These girls have been packed since December for that trip. And they got new luggage from their granny. And we can't go. Then I was supposed to go to Europe for 28 days.
Ooh.
28 days. Greece, Italy, France. That is canceled. So it has been rough. And I was on Janaea's trip to Colombia in May. It was going to be a surprise, but I was going to come and crash her party.
Because the hotel is beautiful.
I would have gone.
Well, we can still go to Colombia because I still need to get to South America so I can have my 6th continent.
And Dina, you will definitely find some companionship there.
Oh, yes, you will, honey.
You know, y'all making me sound really bad.
Well, no, but we're not.
We are sync
We need to revisit because we said last year we said we were going to do the camper, not the camp, the RV. We need to do the RV trip.
We do. South Carolina.
Y'all know I'm crazy. Oh my God.
We're only going to South Carolina, right? Because I mean, that's
far because I won't drive far.
We're supposed to do the Gullah Geechee tour and all that. Learn about.
That's what we should do when they lift this little dam. Let's do that.
Yeah, let's rent a house.
Dina, we can't see you.
I know, because
Dina, why are you making us look at your rack?
I'm looking at your rack. That's not the kind of show that is.
Now it's not that kind of show, Lydia.
Man, I didn't want to be stuffing my face while we were talking. You know, trying to multitask like I normally do at work.
Since we're teasing Dina, we know in real life she don't have a problem getting a man ever. So what do you guys think? Because I know all of us on here. What do you guys think when you hear that women in Atlanta have such a hard time finding companionship in Atlanta? Do you think that's true, or is it a total myth?
I think they just go outside enough.
No, it's easy to find dick. I mean, dick is everywhere, right? Here we go. Wait a minute. Am I not supposed to talk the way I talk? I just...
No, you are doing perfectly fine, Dana.
Atlanta, if what you want is a good time, well, a semi-good time, well, 7 minutes of a good time. If all you want you can find that anywhere, right? There is willing penis everywhere. It is much harder to find a real relationship with someone who is your equal. That is the difference to me.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That was, wow, maybe you stepped on a nerve. You triggered me, Lydia. You triggered me.
What do y'all think?
Let me go back to my poses.
Oh, that's cute, Dina. That's a good one. That's a good angle.
That one makes you look like you about to get into something X-rated.
No, it does. It is cute.
That's a good angle. That's a good angle, Dina.
So what do you think, Tanea and Dina?
I'm so done with Dana. I'm so done. Now show them.
This is fun.
Yeah, with her it's not. She don't want to be visible. So not fair.
Listen, I look like
Hell, look at me.
No. I'm sorry. I look like a character from Roots right now, okay?
That's why I put on my wig.
I don't have any wigs. All I got is my half burgundy, half pink, white hair. It looks ridiculous. And 2 pickaninny braids. No.
You could have put on a head wrap.
No. No.
I let Layla do my hair. I let a 10-year-old do my hair because I was looking sexy. Y'all saw the picture. I just let her go for it, and I said, whatever it looks like, that's what I'm going to be presenting today. My leggings that I've been wearing. A different pair, but my uniform's been shirts and leggings all week.
Oh, my uniform is a caftan because I'm a leisure lady.
A what?
I'm a leisure lady. I wear caftans.
Me too, but right now I have on a snowflake fleece onesie.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, but it's too hot for this shit, so I'm sweating and all the windows are open.
Oh my God. We're going to have to bleep Dana out like...
Wait a minute. Wait, you didn't tell me I couldn't cuss. You didn't lay down the ground rules first.
Be you, boo. Be you. But that brings me to a meme I saw. I see some teachers, they're actually having dress-up week. So they actually have like a onesie day. You know, in schools you have dress-up weeks for like...
for Spirit Week.
And Spirit Week. So they're doing Spirit Week. So Dana's already ready for her Spirit Week. They have onesie day and Christmas sock day and all kinds of stuff. Because I know we've been looking cray at home.
Yeah, we're having a big meeting tomorrow. My boss's team. So we're supposed to wear our favorite T-shirt. You think I should wear Atlanta trap music?
No.
How about just go Dina? Huh?
Oh,
Go with something spelling.
yes, Spellman or Falcons, do I dare say, or...
Yeah, not your Colin Kaepernick t-shirt, Dina.
Yeah.
Maybe, okay, I'll do.
But I can make you one with the fist and put it on your doorstep if you want to be a rebel.
Huh?
I can make you a Colin Kaepernick, the 7 with the fist. I can make you this shirt and put it on your doorstep if you want to be a rebel at work.
You know what? Y'all are too funny. I will go with the Spellman. I'm looking at all my shirts because, of course, I've done nothing but do spring cleaning over the last 2 days. And so I've cleaned out my whole closet. I have a ton of clothes to take to consignment.
Oh, nice.
They're all nice and folded.
Oh, you fold real good, dude.
Well, I had to because they want them folded and put in a bag. So.
Do they disinfect the clothes when they get them?
Okay, Dana, I'm going to give you their phone number.
No. I was thinking about that because I was doing the same thing and I was going to give stuff like to the Salvation Army. And I was wondering about like how they're handling donations, in a time when all those things could be carrying germs and viruses. That's all.
No, but I make it a practice to any clothes that I give away. I always wash and fold or wash and clean them before I even give them away. So I don't know what they do afterwards. I know at the consignment shop, I know they want them cleaned, and I don't know how they check. I don't know how anybody's going to know one way or another, but same with Salvation Army or even the, what is it?
Goodwill. Yeah, the Goodwill is open because I took a bag this week to the Goodwill and they took it. But they always wear gloves anyway, so I guess the gloves are supposed to help. But I ain't buying nothing secondhand for a long time. Them consignment stores, they about to take a hit.
But that's the same stuff they're buying off the rack. That's a good question. Because, when I went into the grocery store, I noticed that now they're cleaning the shopping carts. So I would grab the cart that was out in the parking lot, and when the young man, he said, "No, you don't know where that's been." He was like, "They're cleaning the carts inside." So I walked inside, and lo and behold, they were cleaning the cart. So you could get a freshly cleaned cart, every person. I was like, they have never cleaned a cart. I know no store has ever cleaned them carts.
That's why you go to Publix instead of Kroger.
No, but I'm just saying though, Publix wasn't cleaning them before.
They weren't, but I know Kroger still ain't cleaning them.
Just think of how many people have caught the flu just from those things and didn't know it.
But now we're going to be we're just going to be thinking about these things when we start to come out of this.
Yes, it's making me more aware. Like, I'm so aware of how much I touch my face. I didn't realize how much I touch my face during the day.
Yeah.
And you said that Adina was touching her face.
Yes, all day. And, and I wash my hands several times today.
No, I'm not saying that
but you're right.
Doing it to yourself, but, I mean, we do that just without thinking about it.
You are right.
Dina actually hasn't stopped moving this whole call.
I was cooking, and I told you guys I was not actually ready for all of this.
What are you cooking?
So I made this soup today. It's with JJ Smith. It's called a fat burner soup, but it has sweet potatoes, carrots, onions, tomatoes, and navy beans.
Oh, I'm gonna try to make curry later. I've never made curry by myself.
I like that. That sounded just like
No, I just, when you said fat burner soup, I was like, really, Dina? You don't need no fat burner soup. Are you at war with your fupa again? Stop that shit, is what I'm saying. You don't need to have no fat burner soup.
That's what it's called. You asked for the name, so I just let you know. But
it worked, though.
It's actually really good, though.
Okay, it sounds good with the sweet potatoes.
I don't like savory sweet potatoes.
But you try it. It's so good. My friends.
Why you put it in the oven?
No, I was cleaning up, Jamila. Right here.
Okay, but can you sit down?
It looks good, though.
It does look delicious.
It does have pretty colors.
It does. I got this one made arroz con pollo, and that whole pot is gonna last the whole day. Y'all better eat off of this bad boy. And some Brussels sprouts that are delicious.
I like Brussels sprouts.
Wait, hey Lydia, where's your oldest and your grandbaby?
Oh, I need help making Brussels sprouts, Lydia.
So Malik just peeked in here. He just stopped in.
Hey, Malik.
He was at work, and the little one just left because she's going to Johns Creek because she has a doctor's appointment tomorrow, which I'm shocked that they're still going to see her for a 2-month checkup. So they just left. Well, Malik is here. He just got here. So yes, he's been pretty decent lately.
Wow, you are really censoring your words right now. Should we change the subject?
Listen, nobody tells you about raising a fake grown-up. No one tells you. They tell you about the hormones during middle school, but they don't tell you about that, you know, going away to college, 21, 22, where you like think they're invincible and know everything and you don't know anything, but then their consequences actually have, you know, their actions actually have huge consequences that can affect their life because they're grown-ups. So no one talks to you about that. It's like, oh my gosh, it's so much.
I don't even know what to say.
It is so much. I don't know. I don't remember being like that at 21, 22.
You didn't live with your parents then either.
No, like I mean, but everyone I talk to, their kid is like, just seems so different than we were at that age. Like very different. Like they're not, I was living on my own ever since I left for college. So I just don't get it. I just don't understand. I don't.
You know I don't understand.
All these kids are going back home. They come back. I think we made it too comfortable and happy for them.
Yeah, Lydia, you should have beat his ass every day. Every morning when he woke up, he should have just gotten an obligatory beating. This is just for living here. You're going to get out. Stay out. No. Well, they don't want to do that. I don't know.
Comment. No,
that's not it, Lydia. You gave him a good life. That really has nothing to do with it. I think he just has to figure it out.
Yeah. I know, that's strange. They're strange. So Dina says she's not going to say anything right now.
Oh, no. I didn't have anything for that. I didn't have anything for that one. That was a hard one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we go to a commercial?
No, but you know what, Dina, you guys never answered the question about finding a man in Atlanta.
Oh, yes, y'all did not.
We good. Clearly, I have to go. I'm going to have to set up my own show.
I don't think it's hard. I think what Janae said, they're not leaving the house, obviously, or they have this laundry list of things that are like unreasonable, or I don't know, they stay stuck in there. This is my type, so I'm not going to talk to anyone outside my type. I don't know. I get it. I know there's a lot of successful women here and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I get all of that, but they make it seem like they got to leave or import someone. Yes. Oh.
That's a good question.
Dana.
Yep,
that was Dana's comment.
Wow. Way to throw a chick under the bus. Okay. No, I mean, listen, we've all heard it. We all grew up hearing about how you and your mate should be equally yoked, right? You all heard that shit growing up. I'm just saying, if I'm going to spend my time, a substantial amount of time with someone, whether they're going to be a mate or a husband, I don't know about that husband mess, but okay, long-term relationship, then I do have to think of them as my equal, and that means that I have to be able to respect the decisions that they make. for me. And if I can't respect the decisions that they make, then we're going to have a problem. It doesn't, for me, have to do with necessarily education or background or them sort of matching my resume or anything like that, but it has to do with how we relate. And if I can't respect your decisions or how you treat people or how you treat me, then we're not equals.
That's a good
That's a good remark.
That was a great answer, Dana. I'm going to add to her. I think for different people, it means different things. For some people, it's like a financial thing, and what do you have, and what do I have, and what can we have together. For me, it is more of a spiritual thing. If we're not, if I don't know that you have a higher being that you answer to, I can't do anything with you because of the same thing. I was raised kind of old school Caribbean, and so I believe the man should be the head. However, I can't be with anyone who I can't trust to make decisions. And so I need to know who you do to ask, okay, should I go left or should I go right? And if you don't have that, I can't deal with you. So I've met guys that have a lot, like own their own companies and, nice homes and all that kind of stuff, no kids and nice looking, but they were missing that, and I cannot be with anyone that I'm not equally yoked with in that way.
See, y'all all got good answers. See,
look, and Dana started with the best answer. What y'all gotta say, ladies?
I agree.
Ditto.
So yes, that is wonderful. So did we talk about how we're gonna, has anyone heard any politicians or anyone share information? But I know, Janae, you have, you're following the mayor of New York. And
No, not the mayor. The mayor ain't shit. The governor.
The governor of the state of New York.
But I watch the national press briefings too.
Yes.
Because they come on during the Young and the Restless.
Oh. What is the rollout plan? Like, when things are clear, I mean, if you live in South Fulton, are you going to be able to, go out on Saturday and then Fayette on Sunday? Like,
Georgia doesn't have a rollout plan. Georgia doesn't have one.
So we've been incubating. To point out, I work in a high school setting, and I will tell you, when kids are home for long periods of time and they come back to school, they bring a lot of stuff with them. So that's when you have viruses and flus and all that, because you've been in an incubator with your younger siblings and, all that kind of stuff. So I would be interested to know what's the plan to release all of us. It's spring, it's warm, we're ready to get out of here. What's the plan?
There is none, because they haven't even formulated a plan for the response to the virus itself. We're still dealing with the response to the virus. They have no idea even how to address it right now, let alone how long we're going to be sort of under quote-unquote quarantine. Nobody can tell us when this is going to end. You got 7,000 different answers on how it's going to end.
That is true.
Right.
So, going back to something Dana said when we all threw her under the bus, when Roy came on and said, well, who said that? And we're like, she did.
Dana! That's not on the film.
So, Janelle brought up something earlier, and I hate to even bring this up because, I don't like to beat anybody while they're down, but let's talk about our friend Andrew Gillum and the pictures. And who do you have in your circle that will actually do that? Like, I hope no one on this line will ever do me wrong, do me dirty like that. So what are your thoughts around that? Around, more specifically, about not his mental space or his decision making, but the people who he's actually around, and how did that leak out?
No, because if I would have found you naked in a bathroom, I would have covered you up and got you help, and no one else would have ever known that happened, period.
Yeah, you would have never had to worry about that with us. Like, we just...
we have covered, we have real life examples that have not gotten out about us that aren't going to get out on this show.
Yes.
Like, we've we got decades in this, and we just that's easy. Like, that's easy for the four of us to answer that question to me.
Yeah, Lydia, that's easy to answer. I mean, this is the chick, these are the, I mean, look, if you needed to bury a body, you could call me. I wouldn't tell my body. I'm just saying, like, this is that group, this is the group that'll bail your ass out of jail, as you well know. and, and not talk shit about you. So, look.
Oh my God.
You don't have to worry about that. I don't know anything about the Andrew Gillum situation because I purposefully ignored it. So I can't speak on him.
Definitely, me too. Do you think people have changed? Do you think loyalty has changed? When I look at even just younger people and students, like I know people who I've known, as you said, for years and years and years. Like I moved here in 2001. I've been riding with y'all since then. I have friends from high school that we went through college together. But do you think it's changed? I mean, I just don't see that same level of commitment to other people with this younger generation. So what are you guys thinking about that?
Money is driving them. There is no sense of loyalty. They don't have any morals. They haven't been raised with any morals.
Well, I think they're fearless in a way that they shouldn't be. Like when we were in college, if we went to a party or an event with someone, and maybe it's because we didn't have a cell phone or we couldn't have our friends track us electronically, we made sure we came and left together. Or if you didn't leave together, you knew exactly where your friend was going and where you could find her and what time she was coming home.
I was still on Andrew.
Oh, you talking about his friends? Huh?
The younger people, they leave it up to technology, or they don't go outside and they just communicate like this, not as the exception, but as their normal communication. And I just don't think that and if you're young, you haven't been tested. You don't know what's around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
And like, fortunately or unfortunately for us, our friendships have been tested, and we can say, because we have examples of past behaviors for predictors of future behaviors, that the four of us, we're good.
But they stressed out more than we did. So we didn't have as much visibility to the information that is out there today. So we didn't know, and our parents didn't tell us about everything. They have so much access to everything, and so they're stressed. I've noticed that about a lot of the younger ones, is that they're stressed more, and I can't relate to it because I'm not thinking in that same tone or in that same line, that the things that they see every day starts to stress them out about their careers, about their peers, just their friends. And you're thinking, well, gosh, they should just be having a good time and enjoying life. You're young, you don't have any responsibilities, but they're stressed out for some reason.
That is so true.
One thing that I have noticed is that a lot of them don't have really good coping skills with being disappointed, hearing the word no, not getting their way, not being able to problem solve on their own. I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I definitely agree with that. I've had to teach kids how to cope with stuff, just normal stuff. You see them in the hall freaking out, you bring them in your office, close the door, and you let them talk through everything and let them hear themselves talk through stuff, and teaching them in the grand scheme of things, how serious really is this? Is this worth you walking out of class and cussing out your teacher, hanging up on your mom and all that? But you have to talk them through that process because they really do not know, and it's just they're like overwhelmed. So it's that one more thing that falls on them, they completely explode because they have these 20 other things that they don't even know how to deal with, and they're just stacked on top of each other. So that is just crazy. But it just reminds me of the sermon that my pastor did today, just about the improper way to look at life. And when we are worrying, that is the improper way to look at life if you have faith. And so a lot of these kids, that's even missing. A lot of kids aren't having that, Sundays we go to church or we eat dinner together and you're talking through things. They're shocked when I tell them, oh, come on, I gotta go. Like if I'm locking up the building or anything like that, I gotta go because I gotta go home and cook for my kids. You cook? they're shocked. So they all eat out and eat in their separate rooms. So that even sitting there and listening to conversations that your family, older people in your family would have, talking through certain things, and you were seen and not heard, but you were listening and you were hearing that process of how to talk through issues, talk through problems, communicate. They're totally missing that.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a fundamental difference. Because I was just thinking about like how you learn how to cope, right? Part of it is you watch the people who raise you, and you watch the adults. So then that makes me think of whether or not the people who are raising these children today, what are they, Gen Z or whatever they are, millennials or what, then that means that the people who raised them weren't prepared for parenthood, or they didn't have necessarily the village that some of us had when we were growing up, where we were surrounded, maybe by aunts and uncles or grandparents, and a wider circle of people that may have been attached to our churches or, our parents' friends that they grew up with. There doesn't seem to be that sense of community either. I think it's a lot of things. There's so much.
It is.
Well, guys, the brunch is coming to an end, but I did want to end it with just some tips. Yes, look how fast that was.
Yeah. Can we do this again?
But I do want to end it with some tips. So if you guys have either any tips for, dealing with being locked in the house, or if people do plan on going out, or any tips as far as movies to watch or things that people can do, and then I'll end it with my final tip. So if you guys have anything else you want to share, go ahead and do it now. Dina,
What did I say?
I can't do it. It's like trying to
go straight. All right, bring it down a little. All right, I don't know. What does it say?
It moved. That's why it moved.
No, but what does it say?
We can't see it, Dina.
Oh, it's funny. So it says PSA, every few days, try your jeans on. Make sure they still fit. Pajamas will have to believe all is well in the kingdom.
Yes.
That is great advice.
Yes, that is very true.
We needed some laughter after all that seriousness now.
Anyone else want to share?
I would just say try to come out of this better than you entered it. So if you want to learn something new, like YouTube University, there's a video that can explain or help you do something. I've taken a lot of naps, but I'm really trying to stay focused on doing something that I don't have, so I have something to show for this being sequestered.
Well, one of the things that I told my daughter, use this downtime to your advantage. Things that you were getting overwhelmed with because you were working on all these projects, just change it up a little bit and just go ahead and work on the things that you needed to work on. If that's your website, social media, and how you're going to plan and map that out, work on those things now while you can. Because just think of this as downtime for now until we know exactly how things are going to turn out. But use your time wisely. I wish for myself that I actually had as much time. For me, I'm still working. But what I'm doing is I'm utilizing the time to spend in my house working on little projects that I had already started and I just could never get to. So by the time I went to the office, came home, a week or another week would go by and I just went home to get to. So they worked on my yard over the last week. I have my new retaining wall. I'm working on my patio. I'll get my new furniture in for the patio, and we're all going to sit out there and have a good time. So I'm working on projects in the house that I have not really had a chance to or opportunity to just sit and think and work on.
That is awesome.
Yeah. I would just say too, I have a long list, but I have a problem with lists in that the longer they get, the more overwhelmed I get. But I would just say, if you do have a list of things that, projects and things, I would just say, just limit it to 1 or 2 productive things a day so that you don't get overwhelmed. And keep it manageable.
And I'll also say stay social with people who live outside your house. we've been making plans to do things to connect socially. Like we have always had our group text and stuff, but we took for granted that we could see each other. And so this is good to actually see each other because it feels better than talking on the phone. So if you have groups of people or people you want to see them like this.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Yesterday we did happy hour. Some other friends of mine, we did happy hour just like this on Zoom. So it was actually pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But I like this, and I think we should do this again. I love our topics. They were awesome as always.
But I want us to do it off camera.
Always finding all these new things that we can do. So let's do this again.
Well, you know what I think we should talk about next time is, since we're all professionals and growing our careers in the best ways we can, is talk about the support systems that we can build or have been trying to build. Like, for me, having like a circle of Black women professionals that I talk to regularly about career stuff and, just dealing with work situations, maybe we can talk about that kind of stuff too.
That is awesome. So my final tips are try to keep as much of your routines as possible. That just really, really helps you to feel like you're getting, to your normal. Keep your children on a schedule. So if you're a new teacher, a new homeschool teacher, please try to follow a routine. Allow your kids to pick their schedule or follow the same schedule they would be following at school so that the transition isn't as difficult. And reach out to the teachers. Your teacher friends are also your students' teachers because they are still available to you. Reach out to loved ones during this time. Extroverts are not okay. So please reach out to anyone that you know is usually out and about. Pick up a productive and active hobby. Just like Janaea said, this is your time to really work on some projects or things that you were not able to work on before. And my final tip is to wear pants if you are in a Skype meeting or in a Zoom meeting. You don't want to have any accidents or issues. And you don't want to be embarrassed with your coworkers because you got to go back to work. So I just want to thank everyone for spending time with us this evening. I love each and every one of you, and we're going to get out of this together.
Yes, we are.
Bye.
Bye. Shopping for insurance can be time consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple.